What's going on, everybody? Welcome to an NFL Red Alert Week 4 2017, all the Sunday games. We're going to be starting off in London with the Saints and the Dolphins. Now, if any of you thought that the Dolphins had a chance in this game, something is wrong with you. And the reason I'm going to tell you this is because they got that one win and everybody was trying to jump on me like, yeah, you said all that stuff about Jay Cutler. What you think about him now when they got the one win? Bruh, what do you mean, what do I think? He's still Jay Cutler. Like, I don't understand why people don't... These athletes... Every athlete, just think about any athlete you ever known, right? That has been a bum the whole time that you've known them to be a bum. It doesn't matter where they go, they're still a bum. Like the science, if it's E, then Q and the P with the logic, like whatever that does. But I'm gonna tell you this right now. Drew Brees impressed me, and I'm gonna explain to you exactly why. The only thing that bothers me about Drew Brees is his arm strength, right? I saw him wing that ball ridiculously, and I don't know what's going on and if they're going to other places to get medicine or something like that, but that dude's arm is really, really rejuvenated, and I don't know where he's going, but I need to go too, because it was kind of wild, and he was like airing it out, and another thing that I noticed, that rookie running back is pretty raw, and not only that, Adrian Peterson, bro, he must be in a serious doghouse, and like I told you, I don't blame Sean Payton and the Saints for not releasing him or allowing him to sign with somebody else just because he acted like a baby on the sideline in that first game with the loss to the Vikings. I really, really like the fact that he's just sitting there because it should show everybody. Be an adult. It's a business. You don't carry on and be you know what I'm saying, like doing that to another grown man, especially in that kind of organizational atmosphere. It's really, really stupid. So I'm very, like, it seems like kind of vindictive, but you get what you dish out. And you shouldn't operate like that. All he had to do was just wait till after, like, yo, bro, hey, Sean Payton, you lied to me. What's good? Can we work something out behind closed doors? But you showed the man up. And that man has a family that he has to go home to. And I told you guys that this was going to happen, that they were going to do this to him, and y'all all thought I was joking. It doesn't matter how much money they're wasting. They'd rather have him sit there and look like a total moron. All right? So we already knew this would happen to the Dolphins. It is what it is. They all suck, right? Titans and the Texans. Deshaun Watson, right? That one interception that he threw at the end of the half, I'm not going to count that with, as far as his overall performance. I told you guys this last year. If the Texans didn't have Osweiler throwing the ball in that playoff game, they would have beaten the Patriots. And that's not a knock on the Patriots. It's just that the Texans' defense was so dominant. And all they needed was, even if Sandy the Squirrel from SpongeBob was throwing the football, I think that the Texans would have beat the Patriots. Like anybody else other than Brock Osweiler. That's all my point was. I was raging at my TV screen because I was trying to figure out how can this guy be an NFL quarterback. He sucks, Osweiler. But we're seeing now that Deshaun Watson is what I've been saying this whole time before everything even went down. He's a special kid, and he's humble, and he's ready to go. And those are the keys right there, man. I'm trying to tell you guys the keys to being successful. Don't be too egomaniacal. And he has to remain level-headed. And as long as he does that with that defense behind him, giving him the ball, he's going to be fine. If they start the year with him instead of Tom Savage, they probably don't have that extra loss. Just saying. The Titans, they didn't really look too good, man. They got dominated. Obviously, it's a vicious blowout. I don't really know. Mariota left the game in the third quarter. I don't really know what's going to happen with him. But the Titans are what the Titans have been for a while. They've been pretty much overachievers. If we're being honest about it, you know what I'm saying? Like they went from having one of the greatest offensive lines to not being able to block at all, to having a great running game, to being completely shut down. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what to do with them, bro. I just don't know how to really explain to a Titans fan what the future holds for them. It's just, you got to just love football and watch it. Like, there's no other reason to be doing it, in my opinion. Jaguars and the Jets. Now, this game right here was very, very interesting. Coming down to OT and everything like that, because still to this day, I don't know who's on the New York Jets team. So I'm never expecting them to win, and I'm never picking them the entire season. Maybe that's my fault, because the Jaguars suck, but they kind of tricked us by beating the Ravens. So, and I think that was just something that was just happening in London, because you know what happens in London stays in London. And I don't know what happened over there, but everybody's been really, really high on the Jaguars, and I've been trying to tell everybody that they suck, but people are not listening to me. In this game right here, it was a toss-up. Obviously, nobody was expecting the Jets to win. So it was a very big win for the Jets, but let's be real. Are we serious about this? Like, what does even matter? Both of these teams suck. So it's not really like, oh, yo, it was a battle. No, it wasn't a battle. These teams actually suck. And we're just being realistic about it. You know what I'm saying? Let's not act as if it was like a surprise. Somebody had to win. It's one of those games, right? Somebody has to win the game. That's it. It ain't nothing exciting about it. I didn't enjoy watching any part of this game. I did like the fact that the kicker made the kick at the end in OT, and he was very excited about it. And I think Ramsey was offsides or something like that. But I enjoyed that part because a win is a win. So that part was fine. Everything else, this game disgusted me throughout. I can't, if I lie to you guys, I'm lying to myself, and I don't do that. Panthers and the Patriots. Now, I've been telling you guys that Cam Newton is what he is, right? Yesterday, he turned into Superman. He outplayed Tom Brady. Listen, he got, in the fourth quarter when it all came down to it, right? They got that holding penalty. The Patriots was holding, defensive holding, whatever, after they sacked Cam. And I'm saying to myself, he's about to fold. That man didn't, bruh. And I got to stand up here and eat crow. Listen, I said he was garbage. I'm not going to back down from that. You know what I'm saying, bro? Like, when I say garbage, I'm not saying that he's like one of the worst quarterbacks. It's a technicality the way I use garbage and trash and stuff like that. I'm just saying that he doesn't play to his potential. Because if Cam Newton plays to his potential, he's dangerous. But when he plays like that average Cam Newton, where he overthrows the drag route, he overthrows the deep routes, he doesn't know what's going on, he's standing up so stiff in the pocket, he's doing a lot of different things like that, that becomes an issue for me. That's the part of that's the Cam Newton I don't like. And Tom Brady, every time he's gonna lose a game this year, they're gonna say, "Oh, he's getting old." Has nothing to do with that. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes the defense is gonna make better plays than the offense, and that's it. I didn't see any signs of him slowing down or anything like that. It's gonna be tough defenses. To be honest with you, the Patriots defense made a lot of errors, and it kind of they weren't able to overcome those things, and that was the major issue. But this was a huge win for the Panthers because the line had the Patriots winning by 9. You know what I'm saying? And now Tom Brady, yeah, he's probably going to be, I don't know what's going to, this might be his last year, bro. Because this doesn't make sense for him to be losing at Foxborough so much. I'm just saying, it might be his last year, guys. Like, I'm not going to sit up here and sugarcoat it. Lions and the Vikings, very, very hard defensively fought game. But at the end of the day, I had to go with the better quarterback. I can't go with the 5th string quarterback of the Vikings to beat the Lions. So this was a simple no-brainer for me. It turned out to be a lot more involved than what I thought it would be. But at the end of the day, I went with the better quarterback in Matthew Stafford, and that was it. The Vikings defense is tough, but if you can't score offensively, it doesn't matter. You're not the Ravens of 2000 or the Chicago 85 Bears. Bills and the Falcons, this right here was kind of wild because half of the Falcons team just left the game. Julio Jones, some other guys, like, it was just really bad. And I wasn't expecting the Bills to win this game at all. I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys weren't, especially in the Mercedes-Benz, the new dome that they have. You weren't expecting this to happen, but that's what the NFL is. The NFL is about expecting the unexpected. And I'm going to tell you this right now. The Falcons were due for a loss since game 1 when they almost lost to the Bears, so I'm glad that they got out of the way. But the only thing about it now is, depending on how this injury goes, Julio Jones is starting to become very injury prone. He is the best receiver in the league when he's healthy, but he has a lot of lingering injuries that's starting to really bother me. And I don't know how that's going to translate for the rest of the season. You know what I'm saying? Because if he can't make it in these big games, they're highly offensive. But remember, a lot of the things open up because of the attention that's paid to Julio Jones. So I'm very nervous about that. As far as the Bills go, the Bills defensively are balling, man. And with the way that it is and the way the Patriots are playing right now, I don't know if the AFC East is such a breeze now. I'm starting to get a little nervous. And dudes are starting, I'm not worried about the Jets, but the Bills, they got a little bit of firepower. They got some things where I think they can compete right now because not only is it about Tom Brady, it's all about the defense also with the Patriots. I don't know what's going on with them, but they're just not the same. They're not the same defense from last year, and it's just looking a little bit like age. I don't know what's going on. We have to wait to see. I don't want to jump the gun with it, but the Bills were very impressive coming away with that Falcons win, even with those guys going onto the sideline. The Steelers and the Ravens, Steelers outright did what they had to do to the Ravens, but let's be honest. This is a matchup in the AFC North where we already know the Ravens usually dominate the Steelers, but the Steelers needed this win after coming off of a very, very bad loss last week. They had to get this win, man, and the game was played, pretty decent. I'm not gonna sit up here and say that it was like an offensive powerhouse with the Steelers. They had to fight for everything that they got, but the second quarter was where it just went wild with the 16, and after that, I don't think the Ravens had enough to recover because, Shazier was balling out of his mind. A lot of these guys are really playing better, and they're starting to get better, and they're starting to gain confidence. And when you have that in a team like the Steelers where you have a defensive-minded coach like Mike Tomlin, it becomes rather interesting. It's something to where you have to be cautious now. to figure, what's going to happen. What are we doing here if you're on the other side on offense? Because the Ravens are a team that if Joe Flacco starts being Joe Fluco, you're going to get an L in your file. But the Steelers are, they come out and play defense or they just play no defense. So it's kind of a wishy-washy situation when these two teams match up because they know each other so well. But you don't expect a blowout either way. You expect a hard-fought game. This game got away from the Ravens, and it is what it is, But I didn't expect the Ravens to come out of the AFC North anyway, if that makes sense. Especially after that beatdown they took by the Jags. Like, I don't know what's going on with the Ravens, but the Steelers have a lot more upside, in my opinion. Bengals and the Browns. The Bengals had to win this game. And everybody that bet this game, look, you knew you were going to get your money. Whatever, because it's no way. I'm going to tell you this right now. If they would have lost to the Browns, I think that could have been one of the real keys to getting rid of, like the coach has to go. It's no way Marvin Lewis would have been able to outlast this 0-4 to the Browns. It's no way. It doesn't make any sense. This is what I'm saying. The Bengals had to win this game. So this is not something that we need to worry about. Everybody's like, yeah, the Red Rocket is back. Really? Andy Dalton? Bruh, it's the Browns. People need to really relax. I'm noticing that after every game, people go wild like, yeah, bro, I told you. No. You didn't say anything. It doesn't matter. The Bengals suck. I understand that. But the Browns are worse. So they're not supposed to win. This is what's supposed to happen. You're supposed to beat the opponents that you're supposed to beat. That's what the NFL is about. It's not about coming out and just getting blown out like the freaking Bengals been doing this entire season thus far. And that's what my point about that was. You're supposed to beat the Browns. Nothing to fly home about right here. The Browns suck. Rams and the Cowboys. Now this, if you wanted offense, and if you're in one of those work pools where you got to get 100 points with 3 teams, whatever, this would have been that game. To start the game off, it looked like they were both evenly matched. There was a time where you thought that the Cowboys had it under control. But then the Rams offense, man, the Rams are dangerous. I've been trying to tell you, listen, I know they played the 49ers. I know they played a lot of teams where you're like, yo, what the F? But their offense, Jeff Fisher should have been fired a long time ago, man. Like, it's really disgusting to me the way that Jeff Fisher being the coach of the Rams for however long he was, it set the franchise back years. Because he's one of the most horrible coaches that could ever get a coaching job in any sport. And it's showing. Because your team just doesn't come out and start playing like this out of nowhere when you were the coach. It just doesn't happen. Like, it's not like they just all of a sudden turned into He-Man, like He-Man and Superman and Batman and DC comic. Bruh, I don't know what's going on, but the Rams are doing whatever they want. Todd Gurley is hurdling over 6-foot men. It's a lot of crazy things that are going on at this point. And I'm going to tell you this right now. The Rams, look, man, that NFC is kind of open right now. Like, I don't know what the teams are doing. So the Rams have a chance every week to come out and make some plays and do what they got to do. Cowboys, I'm very disappointed in them. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a Cowboy fan or anything like that, but the way they run their mouth and the way everybody's, oh, the Cowboys this, oh, the best offensive line. Bruh, if you have the best offensive line, you can't go scoreless in a quarter. I'm just saying, what are you doing? Are you pushing anybody? What's going on? Dak Prescott, this big-time rookie from last year. Zeke Elliott looking like he having way too many chitlins. Like, I don't know what's going on, but the way that they're playing right now, I would be concerned. It's a cause for concern right now. The Eagles and the Chargers. Yo, LeGarrette Blount sealed this game, but let me just say this about Phillip Rivers. I just wish he was on another team, man. Look, the Chargers, I remember the Gates days with Vincent Jackson and all that stuff and all the good times that they had, Phillip Rivers and everything like that, but I just wish that man was on another team. Because, he has so much talent, and his record is always disgusting. His team, I don't know, man. If his team is not injured, they're dropping balls. The defense is giving up all kinds of plays. I don't know what's happening, bro. But the Eagles played this game right. They're looking like they're going to be that team in the NFC East. They're really looking. I think that they're going to be that team now, man. I think Carson Wentz, as much as everybody is hating on him, guys like Skip Bayless and stuff like that, I don't think that, they realize that this kid is unbelievable. He's special, man. The dude, the way that he eludes tacklers at such a big size, 6'5", and makes plays down the field with his eyes up the field, that's a unique characteristic. And I don't think people analyze that anymore because they're looking for pocket passes. You're looking for Tom Brady. You're looking for Drew Brees. I don't think they recognize this new era. And Carson Wentz is the new era, man. Like this, I love watching him play. Sometimes he does some real craziness and throws a pick, whatever like that. But for the most part, he really goes out there and he balls, man. And look, I'm impressed. I gotta really say it, man. Because the Chargers defense they're not slouches. This was an impressive win. People have to start putting some respect on this man's name. That's all I'm saying. You know, like it is what it is. But people have to start putting some respect on Carson Wentz's name. Giants and the Buccaneers. If you were a Giants fan that was saying there was no way that the Giants would lose this game, slap yourself across the face twice. The Giants suck. And, you know, if OBJ gets that 2-point conversion, if he doesn't step out of bounds, they probably go to overtime. And then somehow, some way, they still lose. So it was good that it was ended in regulation. The Giants are a very, very bad team right now. They're not capable of doing certain things offensively because they don't have a run game. And every team that they play knows that. And they're looking for Eli Manning to beat them. And that's not going to usually happen. And that's where we are right now. If you don't have a run game, you're not Aaron Rodgers, you're not Tom Brady, you're not coming out there throwing dots, bro. You're going to go out there, you're going to be Eli Manning, and you're going to lose games. The Buccaneers were playing very, very well. They allowed the Giants to come back a little bit, you know, in the second and third quarter, whatever like that, but they were able to pull out the win. Very, very different poise, Jameis Winston, opposite of what happened last week. And the Giants fall to 0-4. They're drowning, bro. And the season's pretty much over, in my opinion. 49ers and the Cardinals. The Cardinals are one of the worst teams in the NFL, and I was fully expecting them to lose to the 49ers, but I think the Cardinals were robbed on that touchdown pass to the running back. You know, they reviewed it. It looked like both feet tapped down. I want you guys to leave a comment and let me know what you thought, but I thought it was a touchdown. I'm just being honest about it. I don't really know exactly what happened. I don't understand what's going on with it, but it is what it is. I can't explain what happened with that, man. I really just can't explain what happened with it. I don't know why the refs would take that off the board, but that kind of took all the air out of the Cardinals. And I'm still surprised that they're 2-2. I got to see how long David Johnson has to get back there, but that team, I don't know, man. Carson Palmer sucks, though. He underthrew Brown several times in that game. Like, he doesn't have arm strength, but then still people give him credit for having arm strength, but he can't throw the ball deep. I don't even know what the hell, but what is that guy's point of playing in the NFL anymore? You know what I'm saying? Like, look, I'm just disgusted with him overall. Defensively, Tyrann Mathieu made a lot of great plays, man, that kind of helped that defense. Pat P is still a top-tier corner. And those are the things that are keeping that team floating, man, because it's definitely 100% not Carson Palmer. And I'm just waiting for the day that they're able to move past him, and I think the Cardinals will have a lot more upside. And it is what it is, man. It's very, very disgusting to watch the Cardinals. I'm just being honest about it. It kind of depresses me to watch them. And coming in with our final two games, the Raiders and the Broncos, Derek Carr is saying that he just had like back spasms or some kind of spasm, so he's not really hurt like that. Let's just, you know, because he had to leave the game, and E.J. Manuel came in and threw a pick to make sure that the Broncos won the game. But E.J. Manuel is what he is. He's made a lot of money in this league, obviously being signed by the Bills very high, and then they released the hell out of him afterwards because he's so bad. Everybody knew they were going to lose the game with him out there, so it's not like it's something that anybody was surprised about. Derek Carr should make a speedy recovery and be ready to go very, very soon. The Broncos defense is really, really good, though. We have to be honest and understand that this team is built to win now, okay? And if Simeon is able to just do the basics, bro, if he can just do the basics, it's not, I'm telling you right now, it's going to be, the Broncos are going to be some problems, because I'm telling you right now, if they play the Patriots the way the Patriots play right now, that's an L for Tom Brady and the Patriots. So the big dog of the, you know what I'm saying, of the AFC, the Patriots, they're not the big dog right now the way they're playing. It looks like the Broncos are probably the best team right now in the AFC. If we're just being honest about it, look, I'm just going based on the eye test. Even with Trevor Siemian at quarterback, the way that defense is playing right now, I would have to put the Broncos as the top tier team. That's all I'm going to really say about it. You guys can debate me all you want. They're probably the best team in the league, to be honest. Like, I don't know who else is balling like them. And again, even with Trevor Siemian, they're kind of like a Rams team, but the Rams don't got that three-corner monster like the Broncos got, and that's what gives them the edge, in my opinion. So it was a tough game, but at the end of the day, man, the Broncos tough. Colts and the Seahawks. If you watch this game, you probably will throw it up in your mouth the entire game because, the Colts suck. And there's nothing, bro, I don't know. Listen, I don't understand why I think they should be able to switch like these marquee games, but it'll be kind of tough because the way everything's arranged. But the Colts are really bad. They're a really bad team. And the Seahawks are bad too. But when they play bad teams, they usually do this. And that's something that's good. When you're able to take care of the bad teams and compete with the good teams, you know what I'm saying? It's like a 50-50 thing going on. That's pretty good. But when you beat a team down like this raises your confidence and it makes you a little bit more dangerous. So I want to see how they're going to play in their next game. Because if they carry on this momentum the way they would just outright just beating the hell out the Colts, they could be also dangerous, but I don't see them coming out of the NFC. I just really don't. I don't think they got everything that they need to be able to do that. So not really concerned with it. And this game was really, really just a dominating, ridiculous game. Colts suck. I want to thank everybody for listening to this recap, NFL Red Alert. Make sure you subscribe on iTunes at Gmia's World. Subscribe here at Gmia. I'm going to see you guys and girls next time. One love.